Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark. We're back here for the daily recap. It is Friday. Friday after a very long week, really a very long 2 weeks. Lots of volatility, lots of up 100, down 100, lots of intraday reversals going on. And then we came out with this number today. Seemed like pretty moderate, but it was enough for it to be resume our uptrend. And obviously, we've had 2 big days, a big turnaround yesterday, and obviously a very big day today in the S&Ps, in the Nasdaq, in the Russell. So you might need a digestion there, but it seems like we're resuming that uptrend. I said it this morning. It felt like the resumption of the uptrend was in the cards. I think you're going to see stocks playing, catching up a little bit. I think some of the high beta stocks, some of the best in breed, we saw some of them today actually, not to say breakout, but definitely had some good moves. Amazon, I would actually call it a beginning of a breakout on decent volume above 272. That's been the level that it's been having trouble with. A little bit of a technical buy. It's closing very nicely, and it looks great. It looks great to go higher, quite frankly. Google's another one that really took a little time to get going, but it looks like next week is really the week for Google. And I wouldn't be surprised to see 890, even 900 next week if we have another up week, or at least a few up days. I think it will play catch up accordingly. Netflix maybe needs a little break, maybe needs some digestion. We saw what happened to Baidu today. Blew through its 200-day moving average. Very good. It's going to fill that gap, it looks like, to roughly around 106.50. Very good move. The fact that it's if it holds above its 200-day for the next few days, hopefully it gives you another entry from a trading point of view. Banks, I've said this morning. I've been saying it consistently in my morning meeting. If the banks don't fall apart, this market's not going down. And you could just see what happened with the banks today. They basically touched their 10-day yesterday, and they resumed and almost at highs. Goldman Sachs, as we're speaking, heading higher. JP Morgan looks good. Citi, same type of play. Morgan Stanley up huge today, new highs. It's just telling you there's a need for it. Maybe it's the fact that interest rates are raising a little bit, that it might benefit banks a little bit. I don't know. Either way, the technicals are telling me that people want in on these banks. The question comes, we had that pullback, not as severe maybe as everybody wanted. Did enough people buy? Is there going to be more chasing going on, or are we just going to be a little more lethargic, a little bit more meticulous at this point in time? Not sure, but I do know the rally today was spread out across various sectors. And overall, healthcare, biotechs, some of these moves on BIB, which we were talking about, huge move from 214 all the way to 226. Celgene, 120 today after it was 113 yesterday. Very big moves, nice trades. Nice travel ranges, and the fact is now you obviously have to see what happens next week. Best in breed keeps waking up the first and the fastest, so I think that's the key to this tape. But I still expect two-way action across the board next week. I don't expect it to be one direction, which means up. I think we get a little bit of back and forth jockeying going on, which I think is healthy for the market. I know people have been following some of the commodities. Gold, that to me is a bear flag big time. I have had a very difficult time trading it, just from an intraday point of view, and I think it's not very predictable. So I'm not doing anything with it, but to me it looks like it's bear flag. It looks like it's a short at this point or even lower. So keep that on the radar. Apple, iPhone sales weak. I still think it's range bound until it's not, quite frankly. Every time it looks like it's dead in the water below 435, it regains composure right back to 440, 450-ish. So don't waste too much time and energy on that one. At some point, it will give you a nice solid trade, and we'll be able to see it accordingly. Tesla, another one that really got over the 100 mark and closing nicely. Probably next week it resumes, a little bit more of an uptrend. I'm not in it right now. I thought I couldn't really get composure on how to really trade it. But overall, guys, this market looks higher. And I think individual stocks accordingly are trying to correct themselves. This corrective action that we've had over the last 2 weeks, healthy. It's what you expect, and we'll have to see how long this rally continues. If it is a 2-day short-lived, doesn't feel like it, but a rest in the S&Ps after this 2 big day travel range. Not unexpected. I just think you're going to keep rotating into the individual stocks as they start looking better chart-wise, technically. And obviously, we'll have it here on the VTF. So hopefully, I think it was a mixed week for traders across the board. Some guys, I think, were able to take a huge advantage of it. Others obviously had a little bit of a tougher time. Hopefully you got out of there this week alive and maybe ahead a little bit. But either way, volatility, I'd love to see it continue. I'm not sure it's going to, but you always have another week. So if you had a good week, congrats. If you didn't, no worries. We all, market opens on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. I know it's not great weather for New York City and that area, but enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday.
I'm Evan Lazarus, Chief Knowledge Officer for T3Live.com. You don't become a great trader by watching videos and taking courses. You become a great trader through live screen time. Accelerate that learning curve by tapping into the experience of seasoned professionals. Currently, we're offering 5-day free trials to each of our 4 mentoring rooms. In the mentoring rooms, we teach our strategies in the context of the live market. To sign up for a free trial, go to the T3 Live education page, fill out the form, and get started when the next trading session begins. We hope to see you in one of our mentoring rooms.